Today we are talking about a very special and very interesting old United States of America coin, the 1 cent from the year 1934, a coin that many people ignore, many people spend without thinking, but very few people truly understand its real value in today's market, especially when this coin is found in fine condition. This 1934 Lincoln Wheat Penny comes from a time when America was still recovering from the Great Depression, and every single coin produced during that era carries history, struggle, and economic importance. When you hold a 1934 1-cent coin in your hand, you are not just holding copper, you are holding a piece of American survival history, a reminder of how money once had deep meaning for everyday people. Now here is where things become very interesting and where many collectors and normal people get confused. The 1934 1-cent coin exists in two main types, one is without any mint mark and the other carries the small, D, mint mark. A coin without a mint mark was made at the Philadelphia Mint, while the 1934 D 1-cent coin was produced at the Denver Mint. Many people mistakenly think that a coin without a mint mark means it is rare by default, but in reality, rarity depends on condition, demand, and survival rate. Still, even common coins can become valuable when they are preserved well, and that is exactly why condition matters more than people realize. Let's first talk about the 1934 1-cent coin without a mint mark. These coins were produced in very large numbers, but remember one important thing: large production does not mean large survival. Over the decades, millions of these pennies were melted, damaged, cleaned improperly, or simply lost. If you find a 1934 no mint mark penny today in fine condition, meaning clear details on Lincoln's face, readable wheat ears on the reverse, and minimal wear, this coin already stands above average circulation fines. In today's market, a 1934 1-cent coin without a mint mark in fine condition can realistically be worth around $2 to $5, and in higher fine to very fine condition it can reach $8 to $15, depending on eye appeal and collector demand. Now let us move to the 1934 D 1-cent coin, which excites collectors even more. The Denver Mint produced fewer pennies compared to Philadelphia, and because of that, the 1934 D penny has a stronger collector following. In circulated condition it may not look impressive at first glance, but once you find one in fine condition with a strong D mint mark and clear wheat lines, the value begins to rise. In today's market, a 1934 D 1-cent coin in fine condition can sell for approximately $5 to $10, and if the condition moves closer to very fine or extra fine, prices can climb to $20 or more. This is why coin experts always say condition is king. Another very important point that most people do not know is that copper quality during the 1930s was extremely high. These pennies were struck with a solid copper alloy that ages beautifully if stored properly. A 1934 penny with natural brown color, no corrosion, and no harsh cleaning marks will always attract more buyers. Cleaned coins lose value instantly, so if you ever find one of these coins, never polish it, never clean it, and never rub it aggressively. Natural aging is what collectors pay for. Many people ask, can this coin make me rich? The honest answer is that a normal circulated 1934 penny will not make you a millionaire overnight, but a well-preserved coin can still be a strong asset. Coin collecting is not gambling, it is long-term appreciation. Coins from the 1930s continued to increase in value slowly but steadily because supply keeps shrinking while collector interest keeps growing. Every year more people enter the hobby, and fewer original coins remain in good condition. Another thing that adds value is authentication and grading. If you believe your 1934 or 1934 D 1-cent coin is in very fine or better condition, professional grading can increase trust and market price. Certified coins often sell faster and at higher prices because buyers feel safe. Even a small difference in grade can change the value significantly, which is why experts examine tiny details like Lincoln's jawline, coat, wheat grain lines, and rim sharpness. What makes this coin even more attractive is its story. The Lincoln Wheat Penny design is one of the most loved designs in U.S. coin history. People feel emotionally connected to it. When collectors buy these coins, they are not only buying metal, they are buying nostalgia, history, and identity. That emotional value is what keeps prices strong even during economic uncertainty. So if you have a 1934 1-cent coin, whether it has a D mint mark or no mint mark at all, do not ignore it. Take a closer look, check the condition, check the details, and understand its place in history. Even small coins can carry big stories, and sometimes those stories are worth more than people expect. If you enjoy learning about old American coins, rare pennies, and hidden values in everyday change, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with other coin lovers, because you never know, the next coin in your pocket could be worth far more than 1 cent. But now, let's take a moment to truly understand why the 1934 1 cent, whether with a D mint mark or without, continues to mesmerize collectors all over the world. Imagine holding a coin that has survived over 90 years, surviving countless pockets, cash drawers, wallets, and even piggy banks, yet still showing the face of Abraham Lincoln with dignity and history etched into its copper surface. Every scratch, every line, every worn detail tells a story of an America long gone but never forgotten. For serious collectors, this coin is not just a penny, it is a treasure, a legacy, a piece of history that could make the person who owns it feel like they have uncovered a small fortune hidden in plain sight. Many experts in numismatics, the study of coins, have stated that a well-preserved 1934 or 1934D penny in fine or higher condition could shock even experienced collectors when sold today, because demand continues to rise while supply slowly disappears from circulation. Some people even call it the silent fortune coin, because it sits quietly in collections or drawers, waiting decades before someone realizes its full worth. And let's not forget the thrill factor. When a coin dealer or a professional grader examines a 1934 penny, their eyes light up when they see one with strong details and natural color. Even a subtle difference in the sharpness of the wheat lines or the clarity of the D mint mark can cause the value to jump dramatically. This is why people say, in the world of coin collecting, small differences create massive impact. A penny that looks ordinary to an untrained eye could be sold today for tens of dollars, and rare variations or flawless examples could fetch hundreds or even thousands, depending on buyer interest and auction conditions. Collectors are also fascinated by the story behind these pennies. The 1930s were a time of great struggle in the United States, with families saving every cent, businesses recovering from economic collapse, and children learning the true value of money. Each 1934 penny is like a time capsule from that era, a small witness to American resilience and history. Holding it is almost like holding a secret that was once passed from hand to hand, surviving wars, recessions, and generations. This emotional connection elevates the coin's value. Beyond just the copper it contains, it becomes priceless in the eyes of those who understand its story. Even casual coin enthusiasts are now realizing that the 1934 1 cent, especially in fine to extra fine condition, is not just a collectible, it is an investment. As time passes, the number of these coins in good condition decreases, while new collectors enter the market, increasing demand. This simple penny from 1934 quietly appreciates in value, proving that even coins once considered common can turn into treasures. For those lucky enough to own one, it is not just a piece of change, it is a ticket to history, a collectible that could one day make its owner feel like they hold a true piece of American heritage in their hand. So, if you have even one of these coins tucked away somewhere, examine it carefully, appreciate its condition, and imagine the journey it has taken through time. You may be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined, a coin that can tell stories, create excitement, and even make you rethink what pocket change really means. Remember, in the coin world, the difference between a forgotten penny and a collector's prize can be one sharp detail, one mint mark, and one lucky eye to recognize its true value. Now, let's talk about the shocking value of the 1934 1 cent in today's market, a value that can literally make coin collectors' jaws drop. A 1934 penny without a mint mark, in fine condition, is generally worth between $2 to $5 if sold to an average collector, but if it is in very fine or extra fine condition, prices can surge up to $15 to $20. The Denver Mint version, the 1934D, is even more exciting. In fine condition, it can fetch $5 to $10, but if the coin shows strong details, sharp lines, and natural color, the price today can climb dramatically to $25 or more. Collectors who pay attention to subtle differences, like the clarity of Lincoln's coat, the depth of the wheat ears, or the crispness of the D mint mark, can sometimes see these coins sell for $50 or higher at auctions. In the most shocking cases, extremely well-preserved coins in almost mint-like condition have been known to fetch over $100, making a single penny from 1934 worth far more than anyone would expect. This is why numismatists always emphasize that condition, natural toning, and historical authenticity can multiply the value of a coin many times over. The thrill comes not only from the dollar value but from understanding that these coins have survived almost a century. Many 1934 pennies were lost, melted, or damaged over the decades, and that scarcity creates competition among collectors. A coin that may have been overlooked in someone's drawer could suddenly become a sought-after treasure, worth tens of dollars at the very least. Even minor imperfections, like slight scratches or uneven wear, can affect the final price, but a coin with original luster and clean details can shock buyers with prices far beyond ordinary expectations. Imagine holding a piece of history that could sell for $50, $75, or even $100, a coin that once spent decades in circulation as simple change, now transformed into a collector's prize and an investment in American heritage. For those who truly understand the market, the 1934 and 1934 1-cent pennies are more than coins, they are silent fortunes waiting to be discovered. People who have held onto these pennies for years without realizing their true value have suddenly seen them fetch sums that are mind-blowing, sometimes hundreds of times their original worth. And as time goes on, these coins only become more rare, more valuable, and more desirable to collectors worldwide. Every detail counts, every mark matters, and every surviving coin becomes part of a growing story that can turn ordinary pocket change into a remarkable investment. Even small pennies can hold stories, history, and today's market value that would surprise anyone who underestimates them. So, whether you find a 1934 penny in your pocket, your wallet, or tucked away in an old coin collection, check it carefully. Look for natural color, sharp details, and clarity in the mint mark if it's a Denver coin. These pennies may not just be cents, they may be dollars waiting to be realized. Even a coin considered ordinary can shock the market, sell for $50, $75, or $100, and make the owner realize that sometimes, history and luck meet in the palm of your hand. Holding a 1934 penny today is holding more than copper, it is holding a story, an investment, and a small fortune in disguise. For the truly rare and exceptional examples of the 1934 1 cent, the value can skyrocket in ways that most people would never expect. Coins that have survived in almost perfect condition, with full details, original luster, and no signs of wear, can sell today for well over $100, and in some extreme cases, rare specimens have been known to fetch $200 or more. These are pennies that have been preserved through nearly a century, untouched by careless hands, and held by collectors who understood their hidden worth long before the general public even noticed. A 1934 penny with a sharp mint mark and flawless wheat ears can be considered a collector's dream, while even a coin without a mint mark, if exceptionally well preserved, can command prices that seem almost unbelievable for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. The market for these coins is driven by demand, rarity, and historical significance, and as more collectors realize the true scarcity of high-grade 1934 pennies, the value continues to rise steadily. Some auction records even show that coins in superb condition, graded professionally as extra fine or uncirculated, can achieve several $100s, turning what was once common pocket change into a serious investment and a conversation piece that amazes anyone who sees it. The key is condition, originality, and the natural aging of the coin, which gives it a unique character that no cleaning or polishing can replicate. Every tiny detail, from the depth of Lincoln's coat lines to the sharpness of the rim, can multiply its value, making it a silent fortune waiting to be discovered. For anyone who owns one of these coins, understanding its potential is crucial, because a single 1934 or 1934 1 cent penny could easily become the centerpiece of a collection, a source of excitement, and a tangible reminder of American history. Collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike recognize that the 1934 penny is more than copper, it is a story, a legacy, and in today's market, a potential treasure worth tens or even hundreds of dollars, sometimes even shocking the uninitiated with its surprising value. Holding one in your hand is like holding a secret fortune, quietly waiting to be acknowledged, cherished, and possibly sold to someone who truly understands its historical and financial significance. The 1934 1 cent, whether with the D mint mark or without, is far more than just a coin, it is a silent treasure that can shock anyone who understands its true value. In today's market, even coins that were once considered ordinary can command prices that most people would never expect. A 1934 penny without a mint mark in fine condition may sell for around $2 to $5, but as the condition improves to very fine or extra fine, the market value rises dramatically to $15 or $20. The 1934 penny, produced at the Denver Mint, is even more intriguing. In fine condition, These coins often fetch $5 to $10, but collectors who look closely at the sharpness of the D mint mark, the depth of Lincoln's coat lines, and the clarity of the wheat ears may be willing to pay $25 or more for a coin in excellent condition. The rarest examples, with almost no wear and original copper color intact, have sold in auctions for $50 to $100, and in some extreme cases, coins graded as extra fine or uncirculated have reached $200 or higher, creating a truly shocking value for a coin that originally cost only 1 cent. Collectors and coin enthusiasts are fascinated not only by these numbers but by the history behind the coin. A 1934 penny has survived nearly a century, passing through countless hands, wallets, and cash drawers, and each scratch, every small mark, tells a story of America during the Great Depression. The combination of historical significance, rarity, and condition is what drives the modern market value. Even minor differences, such as natural toning, minimal corrosion, and untouched surfaces, can multiply a coin's worth several times. For investors, this means that a single well-preserved 1934 or 1934 D 1 cent can serve not only as a collectible but also as a small, tangible financial asset, steadily appreciating as more collectors seek historically significant coins. The market for these pennies is competitive. Coins in fine condition are easy to sell, but those in very fine, extra fine, or uncirculated condition can attract serious collectors and specialized buyers willing to pay premium prices. A coin without a mint mark in excellent condition may now fetch $50, while a 1934 D in near mint condition can sell for $100 or more. The most extraordinary examples, with impeccable preservation, untouched surfaces, and vibrant original copper, have been recorded at sales exceeding $200, which is shocking for a coin that was originally worth only 1 cent. This makes the 1934 penny not just a collectible but a remarkable opportunity for anyone who understands the market, the rarity, and the historical context of American coinage. The exciting thing about the 1934 penny is that it can turn ordinary pocket change into a mini fortune. Coins that were once tucked away unnoticed in drawers or coin jars can suddenly become sought-after treasures. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins with natural color, crisp details, and sharp mint marks, knowing that these factors dramatically increase market value. Even subtle differences in wear, detail, or toning can influence the price, sometimes doubling or tripling it compared to a more common example. A penny that looks ordinary to an untrained eye can shock the market, turning a few cents into tens, hundreds, or in rare cases, over $200. Owning a 1934 or 1934 D 1 cent is not just about the metal, it is about holding history, owning a piece of the past, and potentially holding a small fortune in your hands. Each coin tells a story of survival, of economic struggle, and of American heritage. It is these factors that make the coin both collectible and valuable in today's market. For anyone who finds one of these pennies, understanding its condition, rarity, and current dollar market value can reveal a surprising opportunity, turning what seems like ordinary change into a piece of history with shocking financial significance.